Welcome to another episode of Project Zomboid. We are following the story of a park ranger named Hattie Brannon, who started off her journey in the center of Muldra. And the upside, the beginning place we found ourselves was chock full of very nice things: axes, hammers, saws, and nails. But on the downside, she was in Muldra. So we did what any smart person would do, or anybody that has any sense of brains. We left the city and in our case headed down to the crossroads, where we found a car, albeit a clunker of a car, but hey, it'll get us through from one place to the next for now. We continue down south and are now in a farmhouse in between March Ridge and Rosewood. Not the most ideal place, but a decent place to eke out a living in the zombie apocalypse. So what are we going to be doing today? This entire week will be focused on clearing our immediate area and securing this house, because while it likely won't be our forever home, it'll be our home for now. We also have the life and living shows that start at 6 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. that we'll be partaking in, as Hattie here is a sucker for all things life and living. There are also some areas of interest in the immediate area: small farmers market to the south and a military campgrounds to the northeast, as well as a few warehouses where there'll likely be food. There are also some houses scattered throughout the small community that we'll be checking out as well. But for right now, I think we're going to be getting some life and living on. It's a little bit late, but I think that we might be able to catch the tail end of the episode. So we didn't arrive until like late last night, so I figured that there would probably be quite a few still here, and we have a taxi cab. I didn't even notice that last night. I'm guessing that is maybe the owners of that. And yeah, there's some zombies down here. There's probably some zombies over behind the house as well, but and maybe even near the car, I don't know. You know, following sounds or whatever. I'm really glad that they didn't come in. We had a few already in, but I just didn't want them to like wreck the house that much, and they didn't. There were a few inside that I was able to dispatch, and I think maybe there might have been one window that got broken. So we're gonna just spend our morning clearing this area out and kind of go from there. I kind of feel like some of the things that we need, maybe some sheets so we can cover the windows, make ourselves a little bit more invisible to the outside world. Eventually, we'd like to get some barricades as well. Yeah, see, there's some up there as well. And Hattie here happens to be a park ranger, which gives her a +1 on axe. And what this will do is, by us fighting with the axe, it will just make it even better. Now, we are a little bit heavy, which means that we're going to take a bath on stamina, but that's all right, because that will eventually go away. And plus, I think that being slightly overweight in the zombie apocalypse is going to work to our favor. Eventually, we're not going to have to, we're going to naturally lose weight. I still haven't figured out the nutrition side of the game, other than knowing that if you eat a whole rabbit, that you're going to go up in weight, or a whole fish without even like skinning it or doing anything to it. You're gonna naturally go up in weight. But if you eat, say, 3 bags of chips, it really does not much of anything. If you eat a whole bag of chickpeas, you're gonna gain weight. If you don't, then if you eat it with a meal, then you're gonna lose weight. So I haven't figured out the whole deal, other than the fact that you need to eat to be full to bursting all the time. And there's one right there. We got one sheet. We got a few more to go, but there are some houses in the back. We'll be able to take care of that as well. So we cleared out all the front, we listened to our life and living, we got a little bit of woodcraft going on, and I actually found a book for Carpentry 1, but that was really short-lived, considering we were already one level and we just jumped right up. Now with Snakes Modded, the levels don't go up near as fast with reading, but I mean, it's still worth a stretch in my opinion. Now we are checking out all the houses, and yep, there's a zombie right there. Right there. Let me whack you. Come here. I'm just going to use the hand axe a little bit. I am getting a little bit sad as well, but that's because I'm a smoker and I haven't had a cigarette in a while. We are going to check out all these houses. I think there's like 2 or 3 houses back here. Maybe look for, I don't know, like some sheets as well as some food and whatnot. And there's a few up here as well. So just clear out the entire area all the way around us and kind of go from there. We get this done by 1800 hours. We'll go and check out our life and living for survival, and then maybe start cutting down some trees and making some planks and making our base completely safe, 100%. There we go. Just gonna see if there's anything here. Nope. So really hoping for vitamins because another thing is that with Snake's Mod is it kind of nerfs a lot of the stamina as far as like sleepiness. If you work a lot throughout the day, if you work too much, you get tired. No alarms, no whammies, that's good. And there's a cooking volume too. We'll grab whatever books we can find. We are playing with insanely rare loot, so even though Snake's Mod kind of messes with the loot, it really kind of shows in houses. It really doesn't messes with loot for other reasons other than houses, I think. Nothing in the guitar case. Should we go ahead and grab that? Yeah, let's go ahead and grab it. Probably won't use it, but it's always good to have a couple bags around, and we'll just go ahead and pull this sheet off. Pull this sheet off as well. Check in here. There is nothing. Wonderful. All right, house number 1. Or number 2, rather. I'm going to check here and see if maybe we have the emergency broadcast. We don't know what that is. We do know that the helicopters will come every once in a while, so we know that we need to check it. Looks like there was something on the stove as well. Empty bleach bottle we'll grab because once the water goes away, there aren't a lot of places that we're going to be able to find some water. Hopefully we can get to level, level 3 or 4, whatever it is for carpentry, so we can get some water barrels. And look at that, some guy with a party hat on. Come on in, my friend. Let me whack you. Here we go. Cool, pot of soup, fresh and uncooked. It's a good find. Any kind of food is a good find. Now, this is a fairly remote area. There's not going to be a lot of houses, just a few farmhouses here and there. Martridge, obviously, we could hit that. Let's go ahead and drink this juice box. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty quiet, so we're not going to have like a ton of food. I'm going to have to go into Rosewood or Martridge for that. But right now, we're just not really focused on anything other than like Life and Living channel so we can get those free points as well as other things. And there's where the party house is right there. He's got his party hat on. Got her too. How many more are there? Can't really tell. Yeah, there's 2, 3. Okay. Now, if you stand all the way to the back as they're coming in, they're not gonna hit you as hard. Like they're just, if they try to grab you. There we go, all 3 of those. Doesn't look like anything's there. Let's go ahead and remove this broken glass. Perfect. I'm gonna check back here and make sure that there's nothing else around. Yeah, there we go. Another guy, at least just one. Let me whack him through the window. Here we are. Perfect. And this might actually have cigarettes because it is a party house. But we're going to check. There's a couple pops. We'll take those. That's good calories, decent calories at least. And the zombie had some chips on him. I'll take those too, please. Thank you very much. And can opener. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab that. I don't even know if we have one yet or not. I know that with Snake's Mod, you can force open stuff, which is a little bit more realistic, but you lose some stuff as well. So we need to, yeah, there we go. 3 cigarettes. It's not going to last us for very long, but at least it will get some of the stuff up. I'm tempted not to even smoke right now because it doesn't really even matter my unhappiness. We got a book too. That's actually a good find. Until we can get a nice collection and breaking points, VHS. Well, that was really not much of a find, and not really what I was really expecting. I was going to go ahead and rest up just in case there are more zombies back here. We finished up our day with a bit of wood chopping with a focus on completely barricading the windows and securing the house in case there was a stray zombie or two who may be interested in our house, so we wouldn't have any surprises while we slept. Hattie had also found a digital watch on one of the zombies so we could make use of the alarm settings so we wouldn't miss the cooking channel, which was airing every morning at 6 a.m. Well, it seemed weird to wake up when essentially there wasn't really anything to do. The TV schedule was intermittent in the very least, and other than news, the only other things worth playing was how-to shows on the Life and Living channel. It was serotonin for the brain, a daily dose. That's not to say that we weren't working. The entire next morning was spent securing the house. So we barricaded all of the windows and doors and watched a little bit of Life and Living, which was carpentry. And I think today we're going to be going out into the world. We're going to actually, there are a lot of houses all the way around us. There's also a market, which I'm going to like take care of. And also we cleared out all of the zombies pretty much in this area now. That's not to say that there aren't more. I know that there are, but in the immediate area, I feel fairly safe. This car ain't going to last us forever. Hopefully we can find something, I don't know, maybe some manuals or something like that in some houses or something that we can, or even a nice car. Now there is a drive-in down in Rosewood, which we might end up having to hit, hopefully before there's like any chance of a helicopter or whatever coming. As you can see, there really isn't a lot of zombies. And this is, even when it is, I think I made it very high. Just not a lot because we've actually cleared it. We're in kind of a remote spot. There might be a generator here. We do need a generator book as well. It's raining a little bit. Now, it wasn't really, yeah, and here's some more. Let's go ahead and finish these guys off as well. 1, 2, and 3. So we just kind of slowly but surely build up our axe skills. I don't usually play with an axeman type of mentality. Now this is, obviously we are a park ranger, but this isn't like so I'm not technically an axeman, but I did choose brawler as one of my traits, which is a great trait because it gives me a +1 on long blunt and axe. As long as I focus on long blunt and axe weapons, I will be able to just be A-okay. Just gonna check to see if there's anything at all on these guys, and there's not. There's a little zombie inside. Come on out. There might be some cigarettes in here as well. We are playing with insanely rare loot, so the chances of that happening probably pretty low. And we have 1 cigarette, and the reason why I was talking about the cigarette not making much of a difference is because until we get like a full supply, it's not gonna matter because our depression will start to come up, our anxiety and stuff. So I'm just gonna ignore it until we can find a bunch. And there is nothing in here, is there? A stale strawberry. Very nice. We'll just go ahead and eat it before it becomes rotten. Mushy. A little lettuce. We'll go ahead and grab that. The power's still on. The water's still on. That should be coming off pretty quick. We'll grab that as well. Potato fresh. We can actually do some trapping here pretty quick. We are park rangers, so we have all the things that we need for trapping. I believe we do. We might not. There's a garbage bag. We'll use those. We'll eventually have to use those for that. And there's another little group. Now, there's a house back here as well. We're going to check that out too today if we have enough time. I also want to check out that shed, see if there's maybe a generator or maybe even some sort of, something else. And even with my panic, I'm like really taking it to them. Perfect. There we are. Wonderful. All right, let's check these guys. Nails, we'll go ahead and grab those nails. Those are going to be in a box of nails. Very nice. I was wondering what we were going to do as far as how we're going to set up. We do need a lot of food, which is going to force us to go closer into Rosewood or to March Ridge. I haven't decided which area I'm going to do, and there's another little group. Let's check this little area out, and it looks empty as it can be. I'm going to check in here in the window. Yoo-hoo! Hattie found a flashlight with an extra battery in the step van in the parking lot, as well as a screwdriver, which essentially meant she had all the tools she needed for construction. She was a bit disappointed with what she had found in the farmer's market, but she was really hoping for more food and maybe a pack of cigarettes. Driving back, more zombies in the distance. They seemed to be attracted to her area. Actually, maybe they were just wandering aimless, and the house she chose was directly in between where they were headed towards and where they were going. One thing she hadn't done up to this point was check the bodies of the deceased in her yard. After all, maybe they would have cigarettes or something more useful. And then there were more zombies. With each kill, she was getting more confident. She was safer now, or safe-ish, and had been able to start to fill her pantry with canned food and a few fresh vegetables. But that wouldn't go very far. A couple days maybe. She could use the vegetables to set up animal traps nearby. After all, she was in the country. That'd be risky though. Just because you set up a trap doesn't mean you will catch anything. And then there was that cigarette. It kind of tormented her. One cigarette Could be a good time to quit, she thought. She finished off her day with reading a book on first aid, a book she had found the previous day in one of the houses directly behind her.